evening. I need to apologize first and foremost because I've been very inconsistent with YouTube the past couple weeks and haven't really checked in, nothing, not even on socials, anything, and just wanted to give you guys an update on what I've been up to, where I'm at, and my plan for what we're going to talk about today. I'm in Idaho. It's been a very busy past couple weeks with the holiday and work. There's just so much that's going on, really great things, and it feels really great to be so busy. So just so grateful for that. I'm in Idaho right now. I was raised here in Sun Valley, and I have my cousin's getting married, a few family events going on, a little road trip, so I just can't wait to... I'm filming while I'm here. I don't know if I'm going to call it a vlog or if I'm making a commercial or whatnot, but I'll post that shortly after I get back. But things have just been really good. Something I wanted to talk to you guys about today is the newsletter that I write. I haven't updated you guys on the newsletter in some time, and I just feel like the July was a perfect example to reintroduce and get back into it. And it was all about the joy of struggling. And I have it here. I don't know if the joy of struggling. The idea sparked me, or came to me when I was having a drink with a director of photography that I found through social media, and we spoke, or he was giving me some insight, some perspective on the ins and outs of the creative industry as a seasoned professional. I love advice. I love talking to other people in the industry, but a majority of the people I end up talking to are a lot, not younger, they're my age, but it's always nice to gain perspective from someone that through all the changes within the industry has been able to maintain their career throughout the last 10, 15, 20 plus years. So that was really nice. And then while discussing our love and joy for freelance, counterbalancing that with the need for stability, I wanted to start off the newsletter with asking the audience a question of, is the blessing always in disguise? I have a little graphic photo here in bed by Maggie Pugh Catalan from 1966. And of course, every newsletter that I have always has imagery involved in it. So whether that's my own work or others, you'll always see that. The next section is a friendly build-up to the eventual soul-crushing professional interaction of drinking sparkling lemon water while discussing industry ideals. The first being, we're young, mentally and physically, but there's so much time to create bad work and turn something out. Bad work, talking about it, making it something that we've talked about on YouTube quite a bit, on my TikTok quite a bit, and it's just fundamental to an artist. You need to fail to succeed. You need to make bad work to succeed. So there's so much time, right, to create bad work and to make something good, and to not let your ego get in the way when you're not doing it fast enough or you're not great at it the first time you do it. More importantly, there's so much time in life. At any point in your life, you can be 65 and you can pivot and you can redesign and restart within your current field or transition to a new one. And I think that is an important skill that we lose, or an important ideal of I'm out of time, and it's like that one Twitter thread, or that's not really a thread, but it's this will take 3 years, but the time will pass anyway. It's true. 3 years is nothing to a lifetime. It's nothing to anything. Like 3 years is very small. And if it's going to change your life, if it's going to pivot, if it's going to challenge you, it's 3 years. I stay being so scared of like everything. But if you are continuing to stay in your field, it's imperative to make bad art. I've been discussing this obviously on my YouTube a lot lately. In order to be a great filmmaker or photographer or whatever you choose to be, there's an awkward stage in everything. The obnoxious trends are imperative to the creative process. The consistent practice will lead to better work. I have to believe it will. I really do. But I think when you take a step back and you look at other industries like working out, when someone's in the gym every single day, when they're eating healthy and they're working out, I've never not seen results, right? Like you hear it all the time. When consistency is made on a daily basis and the practice is there and you're making a film weekly, you're going to progress in that manner. When you're shooting, when you're painting, when you're stretching, when you meditate, these skills, these things that we do are just going to build up over time, and it's going to show out. The effort that you put in is going to show out. The only thing is it takes time. The willingness to fail and try again with new practices is what separates you from others. Your personal goals are your business, but to the most explorative, groundbreaking, or nuanced creative, consistency is the only key. You can have the freshest ideas, you can be the most talented in the room, and if you don't have the ability to put the project out there, to get shit done, be consistent with your work, it's not gonna happen. No one's gonna do it for you. I mean, unless you like have the money and can hire 1,000 people, but like, you can do it. Yes, you can. While discussing my youthfulness in the industry, we touched plenty on the excitement of being on set, meeting new people, and working alongside some of the greats. Next in the newsletter, I have a photo of, please focus. A photo of Stephen Shore, and it's a self-portrait of his apartment. And I love him. He's done teaching at Yale. I've worked with him through past jobs before, and he's incredibly talented at just photographing his surroundings. He's been working and has many friends within the industry for years. He worked with William Eggleston. He's great partnership there. He's just fantastic about capturing people for people and environments for environments. And so I think that if you don't know his work, Stephen Shore. The second thing that this DP and I talked about are the horrid struggles of social anxiety, the 15 seconds of fame and remaining relevant, and the boundaries of fun. And we can break them down. While social anxiety is no secret to the public, and many of us experience it, I found that the anxiety comes from not knowing how to present ourselves in a brand setting. Everything is branded these days, including ourselves, which feels delusional and exciting, but nevertheless confusing. And it's to present ourselves, to present our brand photography, to present how, and it's almost like the celebrity uncelebrity persona, which leads me to the era of uncelebrity still upholds the fleeting 15 minutes of fame concept where stardom and hard work are celebrated in a blink of an eye. It's not depressing that trends ebb and flow. It's important, I think, for the evolution of society. The discouraging part that I find is that most of us are looking for that moment. And of course we are, right? Of course we want our hard work and our dedication that we have for our craft to be celebrated on a larger level than like Instagram and social media and close friends and family. The business meeting I had discussed the topic of stardom off of social media. Inherently, not one person in the creative industry starts off well and continues soaring from there. Like, every person, every successful person that you see in the industry today has had ebbs and flows where the work that they produced didn't hit. They were in an off, not even off, it's just like sometimes people just don't like your work, and you're never going to have a 100% success rate. And if you are, you're doing something wrong. The downtime is spent catching up on everything else that goes into production, therefore allowing the success to be seen. It's not a perfect ebb and flow, but it's a comfortable ebb and flow with the industry that, like, me shooting 7 days a week, great, I love it. Okay, well, now I can't shoot for a month because I have to catch up on all that editing, paperwork, client communication, everything, because there's no way that I can continue to shoot 7 days a week and edit 7 different jobs and blah, 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 and da, 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 and da. Like, yeah, hire help, get a retoucher, get an editor, blah, blah. But like, I'm not there yet. And it's just not feasible for me at this point in my life to do that. We continue talking about, in my opinion, that as I was just saying, like, we go through ebbs and flows in our life and career and personal success. The thing that sets you apart is allowing the breath within those moments. If you're stressing out and you're having so much anxiety because you're not producing the best work and or work that people are like gravitating towards, and you have to pay rent, like, it's a hard life as an artist. We're capitalizing on our creativity, on our like personal identity, and it's not easy. But there is breath to be taken. The third one, boundaries of fun. Tying into the previous point, we all have our own point of tolerance, and it'll present itself in many different ways. In the past, I've noticed myself losing my daily routine when I'm not inspired, encouraged, or excited about the work I'm doing on a long-term basis. In this case, the boundary of fun was very easily noticeable because no one was having any. And I think it's important to remember that within the creative industry, it is fun. It's fun to make music. It's fun to have a photo shoot. Even the paperwork, like, there is joy in a lot of areas within the work, and it's still work, so not all of it is joy. And sometimes it's hard, but it's not like, but it's still fun. And so it's like, to be clear, by saying that fun is not always going to occur. In fact, a lot of the work isn't fun to do. But there are many enjoyable moments. On a larger scale, the boundary of fun could mean that you poured your heart into a project or a specific career path, but the work is no longer inspiring or encouraging you. The boundary could be that you need to let go of something that's no longer serving to allow for something exciting and fun to welcome you. We hear that all the time, right? It's like kind of annoying. But the business meeting that I had discussed pivoting within the creative industry, from going photo to film, photographic design, photography, printing, to framing. Like, there's so many divisions that you could take. And as someone, or like, so while fueled by your creative endeavors, they also found that they needed the stability within the classic like corporate ladder. Company insurance, stable paycheck, reliability, you're with the same people 9 to 5, if not sometimes later, sometimes earlier. Like, As someone who's been climbing the freelance ladder for 7 months, I can confidently say that if there was a system in place similar to the corporate world where I can receive benefits, a stable income, and have the ability to create daily, I'm pretty sure my life would be set. And I'm not talking about the life of an influencer. I'm not talking about someone that's media based and like front faced focused on it. But I'm curious, like, do you agree with that? And does that already exist? I don't know. Next, in the newsletter, I have a photo of my siblings and I when we were little. It's in Seattle, just outside of one of the carousels there. And then I go into the final, like, little blurb of what I'm talking about, of the joy of struggle. And it's that at the end of the day, the final aspect of a career is that it's personalized to you. And I think that you can even build that within, if you do work in a corporate setting and you do have a 9 to 5, of like, how can you personalize it to you? Quitting holds no judgment, and pivoting is the bravest thing that you can do. It's incredibly scary, the lead up to it. Quitting, it's just the fear of judgment surrounding it. Once you do it, you do it. Like, that was it. Like, once you do it, it's done. And you're like, oh my God. I'm like, oh. So, hold your own, stick to your guns, and immerse yourself fully into everything that you can do in life. If you want to try hiking, go hiking. If you want to try skiing or ice skating, do that. Take a dance class. Pick up a camera and shoot in public. Things are far less serious than we think they are. And you're a sponge, and your life is yours. I then go into a hot or not list, which is never not fun to make, although they're pretty mild. I think I could really dive much deeper into them. But on the hot list, we've got getting out of your comfort zone, challenging your instincts, making love, being emotional, flirting, peppermint tea before bed, professionally sliding into the DMs, wearing a watch, learning your personality, making out, and mocktails. And on the not list is having sex, lack of communication, living for others, ordering a margarita, gatekeeping, not living fully because of online chatter, trauma dumping, Pisces men, hangovers, poetry, and NFTs. And then ending every single newsletter ever, because I want it to be a community for all of us to eventually do these little things together. I have a currently list, and it's what you can watch, read, view, eat, and listen to. So, of course, we all know the Oppenheimer and Barbie movie are coming out on July 21st. And I'm always so curious. Like, are you Barbie? Are you Oppenheimer? Are you Oppenheimer after a drink? Are you Barbie in the morning? Are you Ken? Read Sotheby's, an article from ArtNet. Sotheby's attempts a new auction model amidst the economic downturn. Sotheby's auctions are really interesting right now. I would highly recommend just like checking in on that. On View, which so sadly I was not able to see because I missed it, and I'm so bummed, but it is the Avedon 100 at the Gagosian Gallery in New York. Closes in like a week. Eat Domo Domo sushi. I've only ordered like catering from there on set, but it's delicious, and the ambiance of the restaurant, as I can see from photos, is nice. And then listen to Miles Carter, To My Next Girlfriend. It's like my heart and soul, Miles Carter. So, as always, I think you can tell your friends about this. If you want to go and see or do any of the activities with me, I would always love to go. Check out my YouTube channel, because we're always wrong. Subscribe to my newsletter, because I'm always looking to have these conversations more, and I would just love to hear your responses, replies, anything. So with that, I leave you a celery juice cheers, and I guess goodbye. See you next week. Bye.